The Fairfield Museum is located at 231 South Congress Street in Winnsboro, South Carolina. It is open to visitors Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. and again on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. In June of 1915, Sheriff A.D. Hood and Deputy Raleigh Boulware of the Fairfield County Sheriff's Department were mortally wounded in a gun battle on the courthouse steps. They were trying to protect their prisoner, Jules Smith, from a lynching. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Officers Hall of Fame in Columbia keeps alive the memories of Sheriff Hood, Deputy Boulware, and the over 300 men and women who have sacrificed their lives in service to the citizens of the state of South Carolina.
I'm Marcia Trowbridge Ardila, and I'm the administrator of the South Carolina Law Enforcement Officers Hall of Fame. It's located at 5400 Broad River Road in Columbia, South Carolina. The Hall of Fame was created by the South Carolina General Assembly in 1974. Our mission is to honor all officers in South Carolina, particularly those who have died in the line of duty and also officers in the day-to-day performance of their duties. To accomplish that, we have our Rotunda Memorial Room, where we have a plaque representing over 300 officers who have died in the line of duty. The first dates from 1797, and they run up into the current time. Among those are Sheriff Adam DuBose Hood and Raleigh Boulware from Fairfield County. In addition to the plaques in the rotunda, we also maintain what we refer to as our memorial book, where we have photographs of each of the officers as they are available, with brief descriptions of the circumstances of their death. We also maintain research files on each officer that includes as much information as we're able to find. In those files, we try and include information not just about how they died, but also how they lived, and that's part of how we present our stories here at the Hall of Fame, is that a line of duty death was more than just a man or woman who died. They also had lives and families, and we like to also recognize that. We also have as many photographs as we are able to find for the different officers, depending on when they died. Some of them died before photography was available. And we do have photographs of both Sheriff Hood and Raleigh Boulware. And in fact, the photograph of Sheriff Hood is on permanent exhibit and has been for some time in a montage of the officers represented in the rotunda. When I first came to the Hall of Fame and began learning about the different officers who had died in the line of duty, Sheriff Hood was one of the first that really jumped out at me. The whole circumstances of the Winnsboro tragedy and how he had really gone to great lengths to protect his prisoner. I'm not saying that it was unique, but it was somewhat unusual for a sheriff of the time to go to the great lengths that he did to protect Jules Smith. And one of the things that struck me especially is that the story is that the last words of Sheriff Hood to his wife were, "Well, at least I did my duty." And that especially has always stood out to me of what a good and dedicated law enforcement officer Sheriff Hood was. I think it's significant to note that the people of South Carolina have been honoring their officers who have died in the line of duty since 1974 with the establishment of this Hall of Fame. Especially in the post-9/11 world, honoring law enforcement officers has become more and more significant. And of course, the real importance is that we not forget that these men and women have literally sacrificed their lives for their fellow men. And as the quote says, that they have laid down their lives for their brothers. The Hall of Fame is open to the public on weekdays between 8:30 and 5. It is free to the public, and we welcome anyone who is interested in not only learning about line of duty deaths, but also officers in the day-to-day performance of their duties. Our purpose here is to preserve the stories and the history of South Carolina law enforcement, especially the stories about the officers who have given their lives in service to the people of the state of South Carolina. And so our research files, our photograph collection, anything that we have, we do make available to researchers, genealogists, students, and anyone else who might be interested. We do offer guided tours by previous arrangement, and walk-ins are always welcome. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Officers Hall of Fame and the memorial room located in the Rotunda is important so that we never forget. We never forget the sacrifice that has been made by the men and women represented here, how they served and protected the people of South Carolina so that we all might be safer in the future.
The Fairfield Museum is located at 231 South Congress Street in Winnsboro, South Carolina. It is open to visitors Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. and again on Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. If you wish to contact the museum, you may reach us by telephone at 803-635-9811 or via email fairfieldmus@truevista.net or fairfieldmus@fairfield.sc.gov. If you wish to contact the Genealogy Research Room, that email address is fairfieldgenealogy@truevista.net.